Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for my September favorites. Starting off with a few items that actually can be purchased in a set. I've been sent a lot of skincare lately, and my mom was actually asking for recommendations for maybe some other brands to try out. So I suggested this to her because I've been enjoying it. It's by True Botanicals, and this is one of the items in the set. This is a ginger turmeric cleansing balm, and it's a really lovely cleansing balm. It takes off makeup really easily, and it has a beautiful spa-like scent to it. Then it's followed by the True Botanicals, actually there are two items here. It's followed by the Chibula Active Serum and then the Pure Radiance Oil. So I've been trying this at night. So I've been using the cleansing balm, going in with this serum and then this oil, just to see how they work well together. And my skin actually has been really improving quite a bit recently. So I think anything that has anything active in it is able to really get some good results because I don't have as much to fix as I used to. So I'm seeing results more quickly than I would have in the past. And that targets all the things I'm always focusing on, like dark spots, I'm working on that, fine lines and wrinkles, and any uneven skin tone. So that trio addresses those concerns. So I was really happy with them enough that I would recommend that to my mom. So I've been enjoying that. And then we went in with a kind of an interesting combination, and this combination is not my idea. Actually, it was my sister's. So I think I saw my sister for about maybe 15 hours, maybe less than 24 hours. We were like ships passing in the night. But as you know, my sister lives overseas in Hong Kong, and she has this very humid climate to contend with. So I tried out her recommendation. It works really, really well, especially for those of you, I'm throwing things, especially for those of you who've been asking for recommendations for makeup in humid climates. This has been tested out by someone who actually lives in a very humid climate herself. But I started with this. She didn't start with a base, but I always like to start with the La Base Illuminatrice, not a new product by any means, but I always use this when I want my makeup to look really good. So it's a glowing makeup primer, moisturizing and plumping, and it has a bit of a glow to it. So there's less makeup that needs to be applied because there's a little bit of blurring that happens initially. Then going in with the Sublimage L'Essence de Teint. I have mine in B40, which is lovely. And then instead of powder, she doesn't like to powder, she will go in with another product. So I recommended the Sublimage to her, which she loved. I have also recommended this product to her, which she also loves, by Chantecaille. It's the Future Skin Cushion. So what she does is she applies the Sublimage first and then goes in with this. So instead of powder, she doesn't like to powder because of the humidity, which I totally understand. Because I've been trying the Chanel foundation, powder foundation, I notice anytime my skin has a bit too much moisture on it, it will get kind of like cakey. So it works better when my skin is not as hydrated. So I can definitely see why she avoids powder in that situation. So she goes in with the Chantecaille Future Skin, and this one is in nude, and I used it today, and I did not use my Cle de Peau Concealer today. So I tested this out after she told me, and it does work really beautifully. So I do have powder on over this, but I'm going to show you in the Get Ready With Me how it looks without powder, because it looks really lovely without powder as well. So this is one of those products that I said I can use as a concealer as well, but only in this shade because it has a little bit of that peachiness to it. The other shades that I have don't work as well as a concealer. So this is just perfect as a concealer shade as well. Great combination, these two together. So all over the face, and then this just in the center. And that is one of the reasons I love watching other people do their makeup, because I can always learn something from them. But it's just like second nature to her now. But when I asked her why she did it, I thought it was brilliant. So I did want to pass that along to you in case you have those products and want to give it a try, but it does work really, really well. The Camoflauge Stylo is what I'm using right now in that darkest area to brighten. It still is a little bit more fluid than something like La Prairie, but I'm still looking for a replacement for that. Yes, one of you did mention why not take a lighter shade of this. Yes, I think that's a really great idea. So this is in 40, which I used today. So I have this under eye concealer in 40. The Camoflauge Stylo here is in 4C. And then I have under my eyes, as a bit of a concealer, is the Victoria Beckham in Trench, because I always like to cancel out the redness there. And then I wanted to show you this project in action by Jones Road. I had received this and I hadn't had a chance to even show you. Actually, there are a couple products I haven't shown you until now, I don't think, in a sit down video. So the Jones Road is in light brunette, which I thought was going to be too light for me. This has some really, really nice hold to it, more than the Dior Onset Brow. So if you're looking for even more hold, Jones Road does a nice job. And this doesn't flake or become like crunchy. There's still a little bit of softness to it, but it has an amazing amount of hold, especially if you have brows that like to go in lots of different directions like mine. This one does a very, very nice job. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. And there are actually quite a few outstanding products that I think I'm going to maybe put a video together with new releases that have impressed me, because there are a lot that have come by. I also filled in though, because it didn't cover everything, with the Dior pencil, the newer one. No, it's not new. Oh, it is new. Hello. And then for the brows, I also filled in with that Dior pencil, the newer shade, and they worked well together. Okay, so speaking of things that I've been impressed with, lots of eye products. I won't be showing you this in an application because I think I've shown it a few times already. This one by Laura Mercier, the newly reformulated matte. It's lovely. It's really the one I've been wearing on the daily because I love a cool tone. I love that it's really subtle and it's just so easy to use. So if you were looking for a matte in Cobblestone, it's nice and cool. So I love that one. Another one I've been loving, lots of one and dones here, is the Merit in Vachetta. And I think they sold out. I've been lucky enough to have done some sponsored content with Merit before, but I purchased this one by myself. I was so curious about these and I love this. So in the Get Ready With Me, I'll show you what this looks like alone. I think it's a lovely one and done. It's the most least makeup look I think I can do, but it really just does a nice job of evening out the redness on my eyes and building just slight dimension, but it's matte. So it's a really pretty, very subtle, great in-person kind of makeup. And then I went in with these, and I still love these, but I also showed you what can happen if you forget, or I forget, to remove the excess. So these are the Chanel, and this is another innovation I think has been really impressive because I love the way it wears. Those of you with hooded eyes who have tried these, let me know that these do an amazing job of staying in place. I know that transfer can be one of the things to be concerned about if you have hooded eyes. So my eyes are somewhat hooded, so I can encounter some issues, but not as much as some other people. So I don't have the same kinds of concerns that some people with hooded eyes have, but those of you who do have hooded eyes have let me know how much you love this product. So I went in with not 404, but I still love that shade. So I'll show you the swatch. That one's more of like a brown shade. This is more of a plummy shade, which is what I have on now. I applied it over the mirror just so you could see how this looks built up. It's 414 because I applied this in a vlog, but I don't think I'd apply it anywhere else. So I wanted to show that to you on. Definitely love these products, but I also do show you how to kind of clean up in case there was a bit of fallout, which is very, very potential. Is that potential? That is a very, very real potential with these products because they are loose pigments. So just make sure to remove as much as you possibly can. But I think the best bet, if you really love this product, just apply eyes first and then do everything else. Again, if you love that, I would recommend starting off with that first so you can do any cleanup and not mess up anything on the foundation or concealer side that you've already done. For eyes, I'm gonna still say these are lovely. These Cle de Peau shadows, lovely for a date night. Actually applied that last night. We went to dinner and such a fast application, lovely outcome. Really, really pretty. I just took a little bit of this for just a slight glow on my lids today, but I still need to pick up some other shades. Some very, very lovely eye products this month. And then we've got a cheek product. I just love this so much. It's the Valentino 09. I recommended this to my sister and she picked it up as well. And I can't say enough. It just has the perfect amount of glow. And that's why I'm always gravitating towards that, because it has a little bit of glow, not too much. It's a lovely shade. It's slightly warm, but also just really complements my skin tone and goes with pretty much every look. So that's why I love Valentino 09 specifically. That is the shade that I love. I should try some other shades, but that really is the one that I love the most. Again, you see favorites over and over again because I love them until I find something that does better. So I still love this Victoria Beckham contour in Marble. I've got that on today. I didn't go in with a bronzer per se, but I went in with something that was going to give a little bit of a glow because I didn't want to add something really powdery because I wasn't powdering at first. So I wanted to just buff that in though. So I went in with this Hourglass product, which was It's one of my very first products I ever featured. It's in Radiant Light. So I went in with Radiant Light just on the perimeter to very softly give it a bronze effect because it's a little bit darker than my skin tone right now. So acted as a very soft bronzer. Really lovely finish though, the Hourglass powders. We've got the Chantecaille Faux Longest Lash Mascara. Love that. For the lips, I have on here number 914. I've been loving this combination by Chanel, and then topped off just in the center here with this Dior product. And this is in 016. So I love these two together. It's been my favorite combination. So for highlighter, since I gave my Western Atelier to my sister and I don't have it right now, I just ordered a new one though. I went in with this highlighter. It's by Chanel. It's the Sculpting. It's lovely, very subtle. Still love this one. Either that one or the Victoria Beckham are my go-to highlighters after the Western Atelier. We've got a bit of Cle de Peau here concealer for the corner of my eyes, of course. But like I said, I didn't wear it here in the center of my face. Like I said, I didn't wear it in the center of my face. That Chantecaille works really, really well as a concealer, but specifically the shade Nude. Like I said, the other shades don't work as well. I have been using this Chanel Ultra LOTAN powder foundation, but it works really well when my skin isn't super hydrated. It works better when my skin is on the drier side in terms of application. If I apply it on drier skin and then I get more oily, it's fine. But if I apply this and there's too much hydration on my face, then that's when it'll settle into pores. It's kind of an interesting thing I've observed about this. So if you have this, let me know. It does wear really well throughout the day though, and this is in B40. Oh yeah, and then I did go in at the end with Perfect Blur powder so you could see what that looked like. A little bit more perfected. I have several fashion favorites. So my white boots that I picked up, I love them so much. I flew with them on the plane. That's how comfortable they are. I normally travel in tennis shoes or something really, really comfortable, but I wanted to wear the boots on our trip to Napa, so I wore those. I flew on the plane with them, super comfortable, never hurt my feet. And it was that, my Loro Piana sandals, and then a pair of flip-flops. Those are the only things I brought with me. And then other pieces I brought, I have some new like lounge dresses that I wear as dresses. I'll put some inserts here. So I've got a navy t-shirt dress, and then it has a trim on it. Really cute. You can wear it with tennis shoes, sandals. I wore it with my boots. And then the NILI LOTAN Sean pants that I picked up. Those add a little bit of interest to a very basic piece of clothing. And actually, I think I talked about my vlog that I'm going for creams in winter and fall. But I read that there's this vanilla girl trend that I had not heard about before. Before I read about that, that's kind of what I was going for. Some light colored creams and whites in the fall and winter. So I love those pants, very comfortable, very unexpectedly flattering as well. And then of course my Picoton bag, I've been loving that. So much fits in that bag. If you have a chance to pick one up and you were interested, it's a great size. At first I thought it was gonna be too small, but I can fit everything I want in there. I also have another t-shirt dress I've been loving. It's gray, it's very long, it's sleeveless, and it's a nice thick material, so it's not like you need to wear a slip underneath. The blue poncho I picked up from Hermes is lovely. It goes with everything. It dresses things down, it keeps me warm, it allows me to layer in several ways because you can wear that on top of something, or you can wear a jacket and then that poncho on top of a jacket. You can use it as a scarf. I think it's really versatile. So glad I picked that up. And then the dress I picked up from Reformation, the cream one that looks dressy, but you can also dress it down. I've been really loving that as well. Those are great staple pieces, my favorite kinds. I love that I have a capsule wardrobe because I know I'm wearing everything in there. And I also put everything back on the rack so I know I can go directly to that rack. Things will fit, and I just love everything that I've picked out so far. I've really been enjoying fashion. So if you enjoy fashion and you haven't been tuning into my vlogs, I'm trying to incorporate more beauty and fashion, and there's a little bit of lifestyle as well. And I've been trying to eat healthier. So I'm trying to include a recipe. So it's like get ready with me, and unboxing, styling, and a little cooking session are kind of thrown into the vlog as much as I can because I like to share those things as well. Those are things that I'm passionate about. So if you have not yet joined me for the vlogs, I'm noticing they're getting almost more views than these sit down videos. So let me know what you prefer. Do you like the mix? I would love to know because that definitely helps to inform the channel, and I want to produce content that you are interested in seeing as well. And as always, let me know what your favorites have been for the month of September, because I know a lot of concealers have been coming out, and look for a concealer video in the future. I'll talk a little bit more about that. But so many concealers have been hitting the market. I'd love to know what you are loving. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other. Stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.